Okay, now that we've got our tip top on, our handle is finished curing, it's dry. The next step is actually marking your guides, where your guides are going to go on your blank. No guide chart is absolutely perfect for each blank, but that being said, you would be fine, more than fine, wrapping a rod as is with a guide spacing chart. Guides come pre-ground as far as the feet go. You can see that that foot is tapered pretty good on the end. The thinner that transition is, the easier it is to wrap. So all I'm going to do is just take a file of any kind, some kind of a fine tooth file, and just nice and easily grind down that front edge. You want to be careful when you're doing this not to nick the ring up here. If you go by here and nick that ring, that guide is no good. Once you have it ground down like this, go ahead and take a black Sharpie and just go right over that silver. That way the black is flush all the way and they don't see that silver shining through your thread wraps. You're building a custom rod for a reason, so let's take it a step further and make sure we're going to maximize this rod. The way to do that is to actually take your guides, tape them on the blank, and then we're going to install our reel, run the line through the rod, bend the rod, and we're going to look for any sharp angles. Go ahead and do what we call a static test. And go ahead and bend the blank. That tape will hold, pretty good bend on there. And just look at the line as it goes through the guides and look for any sharp angles. The general rule of thumb for a traditional build is one guide for every foot in length of the blank plus one. So here we have a 6'6" blank plus one is going to make this 7 guides plus a tip top. Generally speaking, if you're using the length of the blank plus one, you're going to be okay. And go ahead and just lay them out, flex the blank real good. You can see here all those angles are nice and even. They're all about the same. So this blank is good to go. Let's say we had a sharp angle somewhere. We can move a guide up or back, or 2 guides up or back, or if that won't work, add a guide. You want that line to follow the blank in a nice smooth arc without any sharp angles. Alright, now that we know our guide spacing is correct, what we're going to do is go ahead and install our guides with a little bit of guide foot adhesive to hold our guides onto the blank so we can wrap them. So again, I'm going to use my alcohol burner. It's much lighter than, or much cheaper than holding a lighter on the whole time. So I'm going to do is just take my guide foot right here and just heat it a little bit, and then take this guide foot adhesive and just smear it on the bottom. Just a real thin layer is all you need, and then just press that down nice and firm against the blank. That's it. There's no tape that you have to take off or get in your way, or tape residue to get, to gunk up your threads. This is just the way to go if you ask me. It's quick, it's easy. I'm going to sit here and lay out all the guides in a matter of no time. So again, just lightly heat the guide foot, press it on the adhesive stick, and press it right on our mark. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep an eye on my tip top and my reel seat, just so all my guides are lined up somewhat in a line. That way I've got little tweaking to do. So now we've got those laid out, we'll go ahead and wrap our guides.